Welcome back to Chelsea News TV, and today we're going to first look at Romelu Lukaku confirming intervention after Chelsea swap deal was rejected, and then we're going to look at Chelsea transfer target Jules Kounde forced to clarify cryptic message. So the first transfer headline states that Romelu Lukaku confirms intervention after Chelsea swap deal offer was rejected. So the reports are stating that Romelu Lukaku made it clear he would only leave Inter Milan for Chelsea. Romelu Lukaku has revealed he personally asked Inter Milan to agree a deal with Chelsea after the Serie A champions rejected 3 offers from the Blues for his services. The Belgian was set on staying at the San Siro earlier this summer despite the departure of his favourite boss Antonio Conte, as he was adamant he was happy with life in Milan. But Chelsea's strong desire to make him their main man in their attack proved decisive. Thomas Tuchel made Lukaku feel wanted after failing in his pursuit of Erling Haaland, and that ultimately changed the picture. Chelsea then entered the table and began talks with Inter, but their opening advances were rebuffed. Now Lukaku has admitted that he was forced to intervene and outline his desire to join the Blues during talks with Simone Inzaghi after the third bid was rejected. With Chelsea's third offer, I knew it was serious and my head was no longer in Milan, Romelu Lukaku told HLN. Chelsea offered €110 million plus Costa, but Inter said no. I went to Inzaghi's office to find an agreement. I was at Inter, but my mind was already at Chelsea. Inter pulled me out of bad things. I would have left the Nerazzurri only for the Blues. Chelsea eventually struck a club record deal at £97.5 million, and Romelu Lukaku has taken no time to settle back in his old surroundings. The 28-year-old netted just minutes into his second Premier League debut for the club in the 2-0 win at Arsenal last month. Lukaku feels he has some unfinished business to settle at Chelsea after he was sold to Everton back in 2014 following loan spells at Goodison Park and West Brom. His manager has been rather impressed with the way the striker has hit the ground running, and there is widespread confidence at Cobham that Chelsea could challenge on all fronts this season. I am very happy with how he has integrated already, said Thomas Tuchel. He's a very smart guy, he likes to be in the group, and he's a very democratic leader because he talks to everybody. He's friendly, very humble, and totally competitive. He gives something to our game that we did not have so much. He likes to protect balls and play very direct up front and to the last line. He cannot start better than the goal, but he almost scored a second one here, but it was a big save from Bert Leno and he assisted some half chances. It was a good start, but we have to improve from here. I didn't expect too much because I wanted to open to see his strengths and his capability to adapt and to link up between Kai, Mason and him. This is what you did very good. The guys like to play with one another, and from now on we can go into the details. So it looks like Romelu Lukaku confirms intervention after Chelsea's swap deal offer was rejected, and the truth has been revealed that Romelu Lukaku made the intention that he wants to move to the Blues, he wants to move to Chelsea, he wants to make that intention that Chelsea will be the right destination for him at the right time and the right age profile. So Lukaku asked Inter Milan, asked the hierarchy, let's sell me now and I want to make the move to Chelsea. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Chelsea transfer target Jules Kounde forced to clarify cryptic message. So the reports are stating that Kounde confused fans with his message following Tuesday's transfer deadline. Jules Kounde has found himself on the receiving end of criticism following the 22-year-old's tweets on Friday nights, and the Frenchman has had to explain his message to the fans and set the record straight. Jules Kounde was forced to explain his tweet that was posted on Friday night as fans of Sevilla and Chelsea flooded the Frenchman's replies with confusion over what it meant. Jules Kounde was heavily linked to the move to Chelsea this summer, and the deal looked likely to go ahead after the Blues offered £43 million for the 22-year-old. However, Sevilla changed their stance late in the window and insisted that Chelsea would have to pay Kounde's £68.5 million release clause if they were to sign their prized assets. Jules Kounde even flew to Paris in the hope that a deal would be completed, but Chelsea failed to increase their offer before the deadline, meaning that the defender will remain at Sevilla for the time being. The Frenchman was reportedly furious that his move to Chelsea wasn't completed, leading many fans to believe that this message posted on social media was a reference to how he felt about the failed transfer. Jules Kounde posted a tweet saying, "You know the price of everything but the value of nothing, #CLB. This sparked mayhem in the replies as Sevilla fans were furious with Kounde's comments, criticising for disrespecting the club, but Chelsea fans teased the Spanish faithful and urged the Frenchman to continue pushing for a move. It seems that everyone was wrapped up in transfer gossip though, as the hashtag CLB was a clear clue that fans overlooked, as Jules Kounde explained that he was just referencing lyrics from a new album released by rapper Drake. Certified Lover Boy was released by Drake on Friday, which was then when the tweet was posted, and Kounde was quick to dismiss any rumours surrounding his transfer situation, as he said, "Chill, it's just really lyrics, not that deep." Although a potential dispute following the failed move may have been more juicy reading, the 22-year-old was simply referencing lyrics from the song Love All, which features Jay-Z, which seems to have now muted both sets of fans. Kounde definitely wanted the move, and it's likely Chelsea will be backing for the Frenchman, but Thomas Tuchel's side will have to wait at least until January to launch another attack. A centre-back remains a transfer priority at Stamford Bridge after Chelsea re-signed Romelu Lukaku to resolve their striking issues, and their attitude when it comes to bringing in the Belgian may have led to Sevilla rethinking their stance with Jules Kounde. Chelsea made their interest in Lukaku heavily known and saw the initial offer rejected by 97million, which led them to tabling a £97.5 million offer that saw the Serie A champions couldn't refuse. Sevilla decided to increase their asking price for Kounde, as their hopes with Chelsea would surrender and pay up in a similar fashion, but this time the Blues held off from splashing their cash. Chelsea almost did enough to convince Sevilla into a sale, as the club's sporting director Monchi said it was an important offer considering the current world where there are so many hardships, but it did not meet our demands, conditions or quantities. Sevilla are under no pressure to sell the Frenchman, who is contracted until 2024, but it is likely that the clubs will be circling for Kounde if he continues to impress in La Liga. So it looks like Chelsea transfer target Jules Kounde forced to clarify cryptic message. But there's one thing for sure, I think there's no cryptic messages in the fact that Kounde does want to move to Chelsea, and Chelsea weren't able to agree that deal. So we will have to wait and see how Chelsea performs at the end of this season. If you want to see more daily videos from Chelsea News TV, make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the like button so I know you enjoyed the video, and share the video to your Chelsea friends and family. Click one of the videos on the screen and I'll see you there.